They should still be resting until 1 p.m. So no need to rush. Unfortunately, until this day, I haven't finished Skyrim. I always just get distracted halfway through, then let the game go. Once I get back, I'm like, wait, what? Then I start the cycle all over again. Yeah, I remember the time when I realized that it was time to wrap up that playthrough was when I looked at my journal, activated all of my quests, and my entire map just exploded with quest markers, and I was like, yeah, it's time we work down that list and call it a day, because I can see this going on forever. But again, a quest at least is a goal. Same for me, but with Oblivion. Never beat that game. I am way ahead of you guys. I never even played Oblivion. I never played Morrowind either, but I remember watching my mom play both Morrowind and Oblivion. That's why when I started Skyrim and I saw the race selection, I was like, wait, I remember those scaly reptilian people. I remember seeing those cats. This all looks vaguely familiar. I modded Morrowind. Nice. But never played it. Yeah. It's just at this point, like, I know right now with, is it Oblivion that just got remastered? Right now would probably be an excellent time to get to this game and try it out for the first time. But my problem is I just have such an extensive backlog. I don't want any more games. Like, I work in gaming, and one of the advantages of working in gaming is that occasionally you will get free codes for games flung your way. Hey, we just released a new game. You are our partner studio. Do you want the key? And every single time that happens in recent memory, I'm like, no, thank you. Because I already have such a backlog of games, and I do not want more. I'm looking at my library and the games that have been sitting there unplayed for 2 years, and I want to cry. I installed the game, installed a ton of mods, did 5 minutes in the game, and then never played it again. Yeah, that's why with my offline playthrough for Skyrim, I was very careful about what mods I installed. Because I basically just wanted upgraded textures, the unofficial patch, because I had actual full like main story quest lines break on me in the unmodded game. So I was like, yeah, I definitely want the unofficial patch. So the unofficial patch, upgraded texture pack, an upgraded lighting pack, and upgraded character meshes, which mostly turned out okay. And then there were like 2 or 3 mechanical things where I said, okay, this is something that I want to do differently. Like I wanted a house where I can display all of my armors and all of my collectibles, because I'm a loot goblin. I wanted an ability to turn normal gems into flawless gems, because the normal gems are practically worthless and there's no point in having 150 rubies in my inventory that I can't do anything with. And I wanted a mod to let me tell Delphine and Asburn to shut up about killing Paarthurnax. That's it. And so my mod list is fairly short and manageable, thankfully. And it took me like the better part of a week or 2 weeks to get it all sorted out. So it wasn't too bad. Okay, but now back to Way of the Hunter. Our wolves should be somewhere over there. But they are not. Where are you guys? Don't tell me you are at your other resting zone right now. That would be tragic. Or how far apart are their zones? Are they leaving this early? Oh, they might already have left for their eating zone. Yeah. It's this wolf pack. They have an eating zone down here, and then they have another eating zone over here. And they eat at 1, so they have 3 hours. But I'm guessing if they are not over here, which they aren't, then probably one of two things happened. Either they are completely at their other resting zone, which would be... Oh god. That's way up north. That's like over here. So either they are at this resting zone, in which case, depending on which eating zone they're going to, if they're going to this eating zone, they will be staying there for a while. If they're going down here, they're already on the way. Or they were at this resting zone and they have already gone over here. We can actually find this out pretty quickly, because we do have a campsite over there. Werewolves. Maybe they turned into werewolves. Yeah, werewolves with an H. Where the wolves at? Oh, but this is gonna be... This is annoyingly foresty. That's gonna be a pain in the ass to get through. This actually reminds me, complete tangent. There's a German poem about werewolves, where the word for werewolf in German, it's almost exactly the same as in English, but it's made up of two words that essentially mean who and wolf. And also German has a bunch of grammatical constructions for conjugating and declinating nouns and verbs. So there's a German poem about werewolves where a werewolf one moonlit night goes to the grave of his deceased grammar teacher and asks him to please declinate the word werewolf. And the teacher actually does declinate it, and then the werewolf is like, oh, that's great, please do the plural as well. And then the teacher says, I would love to, basically says, I'd love to, but while there are many wolves, the word who is singular and there is no plural to it. And then the werewolf just goes off sad and goes back home. I'm sorry, I don't know why that pun just reminded me of that poem, but it is one of my favorite poems. I don't remember who wrote it, but I still remember that poem, and I first learned it in like 5th grade. Poor Wolfie, yeah. Oh wait, I should of course also forward to their eating time. That would be hugely helpful. 1 p.m, let's go. We're a bit over 1 p.m, but hopefully that will still be okay. That would make a nice Halloween event for this game, having a werewolf. I do remember in the first year of Way of the Hunter, like just after the game had come out, literally like 2 months later, we had a Halloween event where there were bunch of pumpkins all over the all over the cabins and the lodge. And all the animals had glowing red eyes during nighttime. Founded apparently by Christian Morgenstern. Of course it's Christian Morgenstern. Of course it's him. He was a genius. He made so many wonderful poems. So yeah, not surprised. Very good poem though. Highly recommended if you speak German and you like funny poems. Check out The Werewolf. Okay, but now I really gotta find my 5-star, or potential 5-star. What used to be a 4-star yesterday and hopefully has made it to 5 stars. They should be over there if they are in that eating zone. If they're at the other eating zone, then we're gonna have to go back to the camping site in the south. What map in your opinion has the best things for need zones? Like, what's the most comfortable map for going around and finding animals in need zones in your opinion? Well, Tickermoon Plains is generally the easiest to hunt because all the zones are fairly easy to canvas, except in the grasslands. On the other maps, I would say most of them are actually are medium difficulty, except for Transylvania, which is pretty hard. Just because of the vegetation everywhere and the hilly nature of the map. And then there's Lintokoto, and the main problem with Lintokoto is, well, I say problem in quotation marks. Some people call this a feature. Some people are happy about this, some are not. It depends on where you land, how difficult you want your game to be. The problem with Lintokoto is that so many of the animals have need zones really far apart, and that means they are leaving their zones really, really early. Like, either you get there within the first 30 minutes or you're not seeing the animals. And sometimes even 30 minutes is too late. So we're gonna have to find out right now if this is a rare zone or an often zone. And if it's the often zone, then there's a very good chance that they were here. They just left already. And right now I can't see any wolves. So we're just gonna proceed a little bit faster. And if we spook them, then I guess we're just out of luck. But yeah, the easiest one is definitely Tickermoon Plains. 260 to 280, maybe if I miscalculated. No, those are bears. Bears, not wolves. It doesn't help that I don't normally hunt in this area, so I'm not very familiar with where anything is on this map. That's a deer zone, but I need a wolf zone. I think Aurora Shores for me personally is one of the easiest to explore and track animals and herds in. Aurora Shores is easy in a lot of parts, except for the highland forests. The highland forests, just with those pine trees, just forget about it. Okay, this looks like a wolf eating zone. Rarely. Fuck. Okay, let's go down here. Everywhere else is easy, but the highland forests... Oof. Trying to track anything in those pine trees is difficult. Oh, this is gonna be a pain to sneak up on. Oh, wait, the wolves are over there. Nice. So we don't even need to get that close. Adult female. Young adult. Adult female. I think our 4-star died and became a young one. Yeah. They don't have any more. They don't have any more animals in that pack. Okay. So that 4-star is gone. Unless there's a different pack that also has its eating zone down there, but I doubt it. There is one, this one I think. Yeah, that has the zone even further away, so this is definitely the one that we're looking for. And they are en route to their drinking zone, which is over here somewhere. Here. So yeah, they are en route to their drinking zone already. And they no longer have a 4-star, so we delete that. I always hated when tracking down a 4-star, getting into the new cycle, and then you see a fresh 1-star young. Yeah, it's just how it goes sometimes. We've already had it happen with a fallow deer, so I'm not too surprised. It just happens sometimes. I'm far more disappointed that we only had 1 5-star moose out of all the moose that we were watching. Okay, we still need to find a lynx. We still need to find an adult lynx, and we still need to find the whispers. So we don't have any more animals to watch, I think. Let me just double check Nickable's map. Gonna do this on my primary screen because I have more. I have a higher resolution there, so I'm gonna be able to see more at a single glance. This is day 22. Yeah, we don't have any more animals to watch. So what we're going to do is we are going to forward to the next year. And we're going to just, well, actually we don't need to forward to the next year because we're not having animals to watch. We just want to find lynx, and we want to find the remaining whispers. I'm guessing one of them will be over here. Let's go there first. And let's bring a red deer caller because we are getting into an area where we actually might find red deer. And so I guess we're not gonna finish today, we're gonna finish next week. Because we do still need a lynx, and we do still need to find those whispers. And I could theoretically cheese it with Nickable's map, but also I think I need to update my I think I need to update my what you call it, my Wheel of Games list. So next week sounds better. Next Saturday is going to be the last stream. Because yeah, now we just need to find an adult Lynx. Unless of course we run into an adult Lynx right now, in which case we shoot it, we're done. We shoot it, we collect the whispers, and we call it a day. For now that I think about it, it would actually be better if we do the Wheel of Games today already, because then I can spend all of next week testing whatever we land on. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Change of plans. We're finishing today. I'm just gonna look up where the remaining whispers are. I do know where we can technically find an adult Lynx fairly easily, so... Whispers, whispers, whispers. We have one over here. We did do this one. We did do the carousel. We did do this one. We've got the mushrooms over here. And then of course we got the important one up here.